All right, there he is, Tyler Orton from Business Vancouver. Good morning, Tyler.
Good morning, Steve.
All right, let's talk about the Bank of Canada releasing its rate today, and also, of course, a big report out from Stephen Poloz.
Yeah, you know what? A few months ago, a lot of economists would have said, maybe this is the time, I'm talking about summer, that we could be having a possible conversation about a rate hike. That's going on in the United States right now, but that, of course, was deferred in the wake of the Brexit. The Americans were concerned that any possible Brexit vote would create global economic uncertainty. So we're getting a lot of those same vibes from Bank of Canada Governor Stephen Poloz. He's been very dovish lately. So at this point, most economists and analysts, they're not expecting any sort of rate hike this time around. But keep in mind that we've had the Alberta wildfire. That shook up the economy, and the Brexit, that created a lot of global uncertainty. So you understand where the Bank of Canada is coming from right now. But the Bank of Canada governor, he has surprised people before. Recall last year, he cut the rate not once, but twice unexpectedly. So right now, markets, they look stable at this point, and they're expecting some stability going forward.
All right, let's move on to Amazon as we wait for that announcement in about 10 minutes or so. They had their Prime Day yesterday. This was basically some discounts for members who use their Prime service, which is if you pay, you get it in basically 2 days type thing. Yeah,
and I would say a lot of customers were complaining that it was more of a subprime event. There were reports that they could not check out items. They had problems adding items to their carts. And of course, a lot of them were actually denied access to all those sales that you just mentioned that they should have had access to through that premium membership. So the concern is that the servers were just simply overwhelmed, and that created a lot of bugs in the system. Sales were almost comparable to, say, last year. This is according to Channel Advisor. But the problem with that is that it kind of means that in the U.S., at least, sales were flat. We're still waiting on Canadian numbers. But we do know that the UK actually saw a boost of 12%. And I think that has more to do with the fact that it's a newer thing to the UK versus the US. But this is really meant to rival Black Friday. They had last year even more sales than they did in the following Black Friday later on in the year. But right now, it's not off to a great start, at least for their second annual go at it.
All right. Well, we'll keep monitoring that. Okay. Thank you very much for that, Tyler. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Steve.
All right. BIV.com for more details.